Ahora falta Najida. ¿Estará Najida colaborando con Escaramucha otra vez? ¿Se acordará de él? La vez pasada no se, o sea, sinceramente no se acuerda de su pasado, entonces probablemente tampoco se acuerda de Escaramucha. Aunque dijo, voy a eliminar dos de mis identidades, o sea que la identidad del mano derecha de Najida no desaparece. Sino que borró su identidad de Escaramucha y
Nahida,
su
we're here!
identidad de Kabukimono.
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma.
A ver, estuvimos investigando el asunto de
The
Escaramucha.
Balladeer? It sounds like some kind of code name.
Yep, Najida también fue afectada. Ay, no.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Ni siquiera Najida lo recuerda tal y como sucedió la última vez. Cualquier cambio en el Irminsul la afectará a ella también. Tal y como yo pensaba, Escaramucha actuó con rapidez. Consiguió eliminarse a sí mismo antes de que Najida lograse detenerle. Soy la única que recuerda todo lo que ha sido eliminado. Tendré que hacer de cronista una vez más.
Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
Hay cosas que solo yo puedo recordar. No inventes, ¿le vas a contar todo? No puedo ocultarles la verdad por más tiempo. Muy a tu pesar, de los pequeños indicios y pistas que has logrado recuperar con el paso del tiempo y le cuentas toda la historia. Hubo una época en la que existió alguien llamado Escaramucha, una marioneta del arconte electro que deambulaba por el mundo de los mortales. Tras vivir una serie de trágicos sucesos en Tataratsune, Escaramucha pensó que lo había traicionado por tercera vez. Fue entonces cuando mandó Inazuma y vagó por el mundo. Hold on a minute. Ok, regresamos. Desconfiando de humanos y odiando sobremanera a los dioses, continuó alimentando su ira conforme se volvía cada vez más fuerte. Finalmente llegó el día en el que regresó a Inazuma para vengarse e intentó servirse de su hipnosis para convertirse en un dios, pero tan solo acabó perdiéndolo todo. Finalmente se adentró en el Irmisul y descubrió la verdad sobre quién lo traicionó. Ahora que fue consciente de que su vida estaba basada en una sarta de mentiras, cometió una locura impensable para intentar borrar su trágico pasado.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past. But how was he even able to do that? As the traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it.
Porque eliminó su identidad de escaramucha cuando trabajó con los Fatui.
It does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality. So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because... well, because he literally changed the world?
No, solo eliminó su información.
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it.
Tú lo hiciste.
The traveler
no
comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
Realmente lo es.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it? I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
Yo no estoy segura. Siempre hemos sido enemigos. No tengo ni idea de qué fue lo que le llevó a hacer todo lo que hizo, ni por qué siempre se mostró tan despiadado. Yo tampoco logro comprenderlo. ¿Acaso intentó borrarlo todo y comenzar de cero? ¿Quería salvar a alguien? ¿Pretendía destruir por completo su propia existencia? Aún estoy a tiempo de enmendar los errores del pasado. Ha llegado el momento de tomar la decisión correcta. Quizás sea esa la respuesta a todo. Recuerdo que me hizo una pregunta antes de marcharse. En aquel momento dudé y él lo tomó como una respuesta. Dudé porque yo mismo presencié cómo el Irminsul eliminaba todo rastro de la existencia de la reina mayor Ruka de Bata, pero eso no puedo contárselo a Nahida. En otras palabras, no soy capaz de explicarlo por qué motivo Escaramucha hizo lo que hizo.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
Tengo la sensación de que todo ha sido en vano.
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
En efecto.
Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense, every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Oye, pero entonces... ¿La chica que había conectado con la conciencia de Escaramucha? ¿Cómo recuerda esa información?
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Así es, su esfuerzo logró cambiar el mundo, pero no logró salvarlos, no pudo devolverles la vida. ¿Contra qué luchaba? ¿Las traiciones que vivió durante su vida? ¿Acaso creía que su propia existencia era un error?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one.
¿Qué?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us. What is it? A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Sorprendentemente, el registro adquiere el aspecto de un cuento.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
Esto coincide con todo lo que les conté.
I authored this record myself. Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer? When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else. Hold on. So this record survived from the past? Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono in other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact.
Interesante. Porque se supone que se registró esa información como si fuera un cuento, por lo que si alguien cambia información en el Irminsul, no cambia ese cuento porque sigue siendo un cuento, no es historia real. No por nada es la diosa de la sabiduría.
Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that.
Exacto, modificar información del Irminsul conlleva modificar Tevat. Por ello es que está creando esta misma información también.
Information that was well hidden in advance.
Es el concepto, claro.
Guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul. That's incredible! What a great idea! And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us, the now erased life of the balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own.
Eso es Tataratsu.
Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night, and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree, who had been abandoned by the humans.
Y ahora entiendo por qué interpretaban a Escaramucha como un gatito.
The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender, and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us.
Oh.
Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure.
Eso es lo que estaba haciendo Najida cuando nos dijo que nos quedáramos ahí en... hizo la historia. Justo para evitar que se perdiera esta información.
The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin."
¡Qué bastardo!
The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after.
Del
After
niño.
burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good.
El niño que lo había aceptado como su familia.
Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Hmm.
We solved it! I remember now. This is not just the balladeer's story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet.
Yep.
This memory was
Ese
extracted
diseño,
from
en
him by the
efecto.
scholars.
Muy bonito diseño.
Presumably,
Ahora
they
comprendo
kept it
eso
to
de
have
que por qué lo
something to
representaban
defend
siempre como
themselves
gato y era como,
with.
no le encuentro sentido. Ahora sí.
Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able
Por
to
la
control
historia.
it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered. It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke. The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail. That Conria was where your twin first came into this world.
Eso ya lo sabíamos.
We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own harbinger.
Siento que la vida es tan insignificante como una mota de
It
polvo.
sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around.
Sí, no te va a gustar.
Still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better. This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along. Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Podemos seguir hablando del tema más tarde. O sea, ¿dónde está Escaramucha?
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for
Bueno,
a
ya
walk to clear her
descubrimos de que
head?
sí, en efecto, y sí, te creo de que han cambiado la historia y la información de Irminsul. Bastantes cosas de la vida actualmente sobre su información ya no están, pero vamos a comer, ¿ok? Y luego seguimos aquí. ¿Dónde está Escaramucha? ¿Cuáles son sus siguientes planes, por favor?
You got it. Come on, traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while.
¿Tiene planes
You'll
buenos?
feel
¿Tiene
much
planes
better
malos? O sea,
after
teóricamente
taking a
hablando,
walk.
las tiene buenos. Se quería borrar de la historia para ver si así podía salvar a la gente de Taratsuna, que obviamente no va a pasar. No pasó porque, pues, el pasado es pasado. Lo que pasó, pasó y no puede cambiar el pasado. Simplemente eliminó su información.
It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. but Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Yeah, well. La gran pasar para despejarte, dice. Para despejarte, ¿qué? Es para así de sencillo, ¿sabes? Ah, sí, mira. Cambiaron muchas cosas de las cuales nosotros creíamos que existían. Solo porque una personita quería borrarse de la historia una vez. Pero vamos a despejarnos, por supuesto que sí. Sé que puedo volar.
What should we eat first?
Tengo un mal presentimiento como si algo no encajase, como si hubiera olvidado algo muy importante.
Are you gonna answer or what?
Perdona, pero me estaba pensando en...
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
¿Qué era? ¿Sería algún tipo de pista? Era algo sobre el Inmitsumi, eliminarse a uno mismo. Reina mayor Yuka de Bata, conocimientos prohibidos,
What
Najira.
is it? Have you figured it all out?
Si eso es, la reina mayor Yuka de Bata dijo que nadie puede eliminar a su existencia por completo, ni siquiera ella misma. O si no, ¿por qué habría creado su propia reencarnación en la reina menor Kusanali para que se adentrase en el Irminsul y la eliminara? No tendría sentido.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
No puedo contárselo a Paimon, ella no sabe nada sobre la reina mayor Yuka de Bata. Pero es un detalle crucial. Escaramucha no ha podido borrar su existencia por completo, así que, ¿qué ha pasado con él realmente? ¡Ah! Aquí ahora hay dos escaramuchas. El escaramucha del pasado real y el escaramucha del nuevo pasado.
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
What?
Hey! Hey, wait!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
Ese chico es escaramucha.
He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am.
Bertamundos.
We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Sigámosle.
Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
O sea que... Hay que ver qué onda. This stuff